Hello. So, it is time for week 2 of UBL Season 11. This week, we've got Valence and the First State Flygons. If you guys saw the PRs that myself, Canna, and Fat Rat did, you'll know I'm not the biggest fan of this team. I'm just not a fan of the way it looks or just anything of that nature. The team consists of, sorry, I'm adjusting music stuff. Hopefully that's good. Their team consists of Kingambit, Hydreigon, Corviknight, Slowbro, Florges, Charizard, Toxapex, Gengar, Zoroark, Magnezone, and Cloyster. So, just to me, I'm just not the biggest fan of the team. I think it's got too many like types of multiple Pokemon that I just don't think work well together. The team's got scary pieces, of course, like Kingambit's an amazing Pokemon, Hydreigon's an amazing Pokemon, Corv's amazing, Slowbro's amazing. Like, I think the first 5 are fine. I think even you can get away with double Dark. Dark's a great type, but I think just the triple makes it a bit too much. You know, there's good pieces here, just not really one that I think works well as a team. But there are still scary Pokemon. You know, you can't underestimate Kingambit, you can't underestimate Hydreigon. You gotta have a plan for Corviknight, you gotta have a plan for Florges, honestly. If it decides to online and try and win the game on its own. Same with Toxapex. So, Gengar is super scary as well. You can't really underestimate Gengar, because sometimes it will just kind of bop you. So, yeah, I had an idea going in, then I had a funny idea, and I was like, yeah, I'll do this because it's a funny idea, and then I try and putting it together, and I was like, oh, this isn't just a funny idea, this is actually just a good idea. Oh no, I've created a monster. So, our planned lead here, as per usual, we like to talk about our planned leads, is going to include Hariyama. We didn't bring Hariyama last week, and it was one of the first picks. It was our 3rd pick overall. And we're going to try and set up a little bit with it. With Bulk Up, Drain Punch, Headlong Rush, and Knockoff. Leftovers, Fake Fat, Terra, Steel. Steel just kind of like resists most things that Hariyama is weak to. Things like Florges Moonblast, flying type attacks from the 2 flying types in Corviknight and Charizard. I don't think they have a psychic type. Oh no, they have Slowbro, yeah, of course. But like Gengar can use psychic as well. There's a bunch, but if Hariyama can get set up a little bit with those bulk ups and all the investment in special defense that we have, Hariyama becomes pretty difficult to kill. We've actually got a bit of speed on here as well. This is to help outpace a 4-speed Magnezone, but this also helps outpace like Kingambit as well, which is really nice. If they're not running a lot of speed on Kingambit, then we can outspeed them. The attack investment is actually not to try and OHKO anything with Drain Punch or anything. It's actually, after a +1, we can 2-hit KO Florges with Headlong Rush. So, that's what we want to try and go for here. Just because, like, the move slots were pretty kind of tight. To be able to hit everything for at least neutral damage. Even hitting things for neutral damage wasn't easy. guaranteed. But they have a lot of fighting weeks, and they have a lot of ground weeks, so it kind of makes sense overall. Knockoff is mainly for Slowbro, but it's also nice for Gengar as well, if I don't want to go for Headlong Rush. But it's mainly for Slowbro. So, otherwise Headlong Rush doesn't do that much. You mainly need that knockoff. So yeah, I was like, okay, Hariyama looks amazing in this matchup. Our Grippers over here. I was originally going to call it Flesh Hands, by the way, but I recorded a team builder prior, or tried to, and every time I just called it Iron Hands. So I'm like, I can't call it Flesh Hands, because I just keep calling it Iron Hands instead. So, we are Grippers. I might change the name. I'm not that sold on the name. But pairing with it is an unlikely suspect. HAPPINY. That's right. HAPPINY. Our E tier. Our Pokemon that we should have no right to bring. And yet here we are. So HAPPINY's a bit better than I expected. Its move pool is shallow, yes. And in this matchup, it pretty much only has 4 moves it could even conceivably run. But it's good enough. With max HP, max defense bold, to be as bulky as possible on the physical side. We've got that Eviolite, we get Friend Guard, which is why we're pairing it with Hariyama to try and keep it alive as long as possible. And then Helping Hand, Protect, Thunder Wave, and Seismic Toss. The whole idea is we try and keep Hariyama alive, and HAPPINY does that. HAPPINY does that really, really well. The faster moves, it can Thunder Wave slow stuff down. And in slower modes, it can just be a Helping Hand bot or just click Seismic Toss for, 50 damage. 50 damage is 50 damage at the end of the day. Hariyama's not here to... Hariyama won't Oko things all the time, so just being able to go for Seismic Toss just for that bit of chip is nice. Or just going for Helping Hand. If that will help pick up the KO, or if Hariyama is going to be able to get the KO, then we can just go for a Seismic Toss into whatever. Doesn't really matter. Thick Fat isn't the most useful ability here, looking back, because we are doing a post-commentary. I didn't mention. So if you had no idea I was going to do a post-commentary, but I'll explain why in a sec. Looking back, I actually could have done like Thunder Wave with Guts, but I just was like, I don't see any way I was going to get statused going into this. Like, it would be like Baneful Bunker from Toxapex or Zard with Will-O-Wisp, and I'm like, nah, that's not happening. So I just figured, like, Sheer Force isn't useful for anything, so I figured just go for Thick Fat. It at least resists fire attacks, which is nice. But yeah, like, HAPPINY with this Eviolite is way bulkier than I expected it to be. It takes hits much better than I thought. It also helps that they predominantly have special attackers. The main ways that physical hits will come out are Kingambit, that's, pretty obvious. Corviknight. Most threatening would be Iron Defense Body Press, of course. But then after that, it's kind of it. Like, there's Cloyster, which isn't that great. And also loses to Hariyama. It also loses to Hariyama. And then, like, a physical Zard. So, yeah, like, they don't really have great ways of taking it out. And because we're all the way invested in physical defense, we don't get OHKO'd by Kingambit. In fact, it's not even close. I don't even think Choice Banded Kingambit gets us, and I think that says a lot. So, and that's with Kowtow, or even I think Choice Banded Brick Break is the best shot it's got. So, yeah, like, That says a lot. Like, Black Blazer's Kowtow, that's not doing it. It does like 80% max. Low kick isn't a move against this thing. This thing is light as a feather. The baby after all. So low kick is weaker than Kowtow against it. So yeah. We've still got Terra Poison. Because I wanted something that resisted fighting that wasn't weak to dark. So I didn't want to go Ghost. So Poison just made the most sense. Is especially the only like real good way they've got of hitting poison types is actually Slowbro, or maybe like a Psychic from Gengar. So yeah. So yeah, this is the plan. Is to lead these two and see what we can get done with Hariyama. Alongside this, we are going to be bringing the Claw as well. We're bringing Chloritzer this time with a very interesting set because we are Terra Electric and we plan on terroring this thing. Going with Aura Sphere, Ice Beam, Terra Blast, and Protect with the Expert Belt, Max Special Attack, bit of speed to try and outspeed Corviknight because this is actually mostly here for Corviknight, surprisingly, and just the rest in bulk, like 172 HP and 4 split defenses. Now, why is this for Corviknight? Well, Corviknight's kind of threatening, because if I let it just kind of do its thing, it will just kill me. So I need a way to kill it. Now, I've got good ways into Corviknight, right? I've got a Kilowattrel, which is, if you're looking at the screen, then, you know, you'll see we're bringing. And I've also got a Volcarona. So I've got really strong ways into killing Corviknight. But if they do decide to go for a Terra and focus on it, there's a chance I could struggle to kill the thing if I don't have the right answers into it. Especially because I think if they do try to go for it, they will go for a Terra Dragon setup. That's where Chloritzer comes into play. Chloritzer can force the Terra by using Terra Blast, Terra Electric. That will 2-hit KO it thanks to the Expert Belt. And then if they do Terra into Terra Dragon like I expect, then Ice Beam will actually take it, will finish it off from there, which is really, really nice. Aura Sphere being the last offensive move because Water's not really needed here. It's only needed for like Zard, and we've got Terra Blast, Terra Electric that I plan on using. So yeah, Protect is always just nice, so I may as well just go with that instead. So hopefully Chloritzer gets to show his stuff this time. This is always coming to game 1, and I suppose we can talk about the last Pokemon that's always coming to game 1, and that is Cornerstone Ogerpon. Max HP, max attack, pretty simple stuff. We've got Ivy Cudgel, Horn Leech, Low Kick, and Follow Me. Fighting moves just generally do really well into a lot of their Pokemon, so it's just like that's why I want Ogerpon. We've got an emergency Follow Me button if needed. If I want to try and set up Hariyama a bit better, we can try going for like Ogerpon Hariyama. Because that was the original idea of like, okay, yeah, redirection plus Hariyama, set it up and then win the game. But I didn't want to use Ogerpon as just something to redirect with because it does so well offensively into their team. So I was like, okay, we'll use it as an emergency Follow Me mod if we need. But then we can just do a ton of damage with Cudgel, Horn Leech, and Low Kick. So nothing too crazy with it, but it's still really, really solid here. The last two Pokemon I mentioned, we're bringing 9-Volt Kilowattrel. This gives us something that outspeeds their entire team because we're running Timid, so we outspeed Gengar by 1 point, and then max special attack and resting a little bit of bulk. This is to threaten Corviknight a bit more. With the Magnet, we do 2-hit KO special defensive Corviknights. And it's mainly here to threaten Corviknight. If we want to go, if Corviknight is more of an issue, then we can bring it. And also lets us go with more of a fast mode because we're running Tailwind. Air Slash just hit things that resist electric that aren't exactly Magnet Zone. Magnet Zone kind of walls the set, but because we're Volt Absorb, it also can't do anything back to us, really. So yeah, and then Protect. Nothing too crazy with Kilowattrel. It's mostly just here to threaten Corviknight. And then last but not least is Iron Treads. Similar to last time, actually, we're going with a booster speed rock tomb setup, because then we can use it for speed control. Should mention we got Terra Steel on Killer Wattrel because just most of the things that I think come Killer Wattrel's way would get like blocked by steel, like steel resist all of them, and then like it also means we still like wall magnetism, which is really funny. You get trapped by it though, which I think is also kind of funny. But yeah, so the EV spread here is to give us the best option, because we'll outspeed everything with the boosted speed, and then we just get to run that little bit of attack, and then we get to go to rest in bulk, which is nice. I don't remember what this, like, a little bit extra in special offenses for. It might be for... I don't think it's for Hydreigon Earth Power, but it might be. It might be. Honestly, Treads is like surprisingly bulky. But yeah, I was even gonna like figure maybe change this EV spread a little bit because my so Rock Tomb actually almost OHKOs Zard, so I was actually considering going like a bit more attack invested and less like bulky overall. But I figured it was fine. I'm not using Rock Tomb really to just kill Zard, I'm using it to speed control. Alongside that, we've got High Horsepower, Heavy Slam, and Protect. This is also to help take on Florges, to be fair. Like that's the main reason it's here, is to scare and take on Florges. Both of these also really help with, like, they've got like 3 kind of setups stall mons in Core, Florges, and Toxapex. Treads and Kill Wattrel both deal with Toxapex in their own way, whereas each one, like, Treads deals with Florges better and Kill Wattrel deals with Corviknight better. So yeah, nothing too crazy. It also bluffs Disquake, which is, you know, kind of cool as well. So yeah. But these two are going to be kind of game 2, game 3 mons. We've got our plan set up, so let's get into the games. The reason why this is a post-com game is because I was actually at the pub when I was playing this game. Terrible internet, but we had some scheduling issues, and by that I mean time zones are stupid and I hate them. But but yeah, so I ended up playing this like at a pub, so yeah, I couldn't really record it. So instead, here we are. So we see the team. We got Pex, Hydreigon, Slowbro, Corv, King Gambit, and Zard. No Florges, no Zoroark, which is just a relief, honestly. Don't have to think about that. No Zone. So solid stuff for us. Not even thinking. I'm just gonna go with my plan lead here. And they lead Slowbro, Charizard, my Hariyama, and Happiny. Obviously I've got a fear to Zard, and I'm like, I could Terra Steel, but like, then it can still hit me with a Fire move and do good damage, so like, is it worth it? I honestly forgot about Thick Fat at this moment, to be honest. Because like, both of these Pokemon actually threaten Hariyama pretty well, and I was like, but I just kind of had to trust. Plus they might expect Fake Out here as well, so, and also may not just know what Happiny does. So they go for the Air Slash here, as I get up for Bulk Up, thankfully not flinch. And I just paralyzed the Charizard. Don't think I need to even like do extra damage to it at this point. I just want to slow it down. I wasn't expecting them to set up Trick Room for me, which, you know, is nice of them to do. But also, I don't really have a way to hit Zard. As another reason for knockoff was like, I need a way to hit Zard, because, you know, I've got fighting and ground, so yeah. So hitting Zard's kind of an issue. So I'm not min speed on my Happiny, so their Slowbro is going to be going first. So I'm just like, okay, I'm going to see if I can get Seismic Toss into knockoff and get the kill here. They choose to go for a Fire Blast into HAPPINY, so, and then Knockoff almost picks up the KO. I think because of how much that did, I think even going for Helping Hand wasn't going to be enough. I didn't know how much Knockoff was going to do, so I didn't even want to go for Helping Hand. I was just like, I'll just take my guaranteed 50 damage. I also didn't know if Zard would be slower in Trick Room, to be honest, because of the paralysis. But I guess they are speedy Zard, so they are the last. They're not even the last thing. No, the last thing in Trick Room is my Hariyama, so I wasn't even sure if I was going to be getting much of an attack off here. So we get to remove the Wiki Berry, which is nice. And now, because we've got our slower HAPPINY, we're able to take it out, try and knock off the now protecting Slowbro as they bring in Hydreigon. And now we've got a nice Hariyama who can Dream Punch this Hydreigon, and boy can it Dream Punch it, because I know that my the original EVs I went for the attack were actually to make sure that a +1 Dream Punch good Hydreigon. So I get a 3 sizing toss into the Slowbro as I go for a Drain Punch and recover all that HP as they reverse the Trick Room, realizing, wait a minute, why am I giving this thing Trick Room? Well, maybe they expected to live the Drain Punch. No chance with that one. And then Toxapex is revealed to be the last. I'm just ignoring the Slowbro for the most part because I know I've got Floritza and Cornerstone in the back. I'm like, I've got 2 great Pokemon dealing with Slowbro. I don't really need to focus it, so in comes Pex, and so that means it's not set up Corviknight, so I could Terror if I want to, but instead I'm going to see how much I can do with a Helping Hand Headlong Rush here, and almost take out the Toxapex, which is crazy. So they reset the Trick Room here, as Hariyama takes some chip. They go for the Baneful Bunker, which unfortunately is going to poison our HAPPINY, and I just try and knock off and take out the Slowbro, but we don't quite get it. So both are pretty low HP though, so I feel pretty okay. Both my Pokemon taking some extra chip. They go for a Terra Poison with the Toxapex, which I guess is just a Terror at the end of the day. I'm trying to take out the Slowbro, but they've got Slack off, so they can storm me out a little bit more than I would like. So they can just protect and storm me out. Like, Hariyama's not taking chip, but unfortunately they've got Future Sight, so I'm just going to bring in Cornerstone. I'm going to go for a Helping Hand Unleash to try and take it out. Trying not to reveal the fact that I'm going for a Terra Electric Floritza play here, but unfortunately they're able to stall out and at least make me reveal the Floritza, so they know all 4 Pokemon. But we're able to win game 1 with the power of Horn Leech and Cornerstone, so not too bad. So going into game 2, I decide that I just want to go with the same thing. I don't want to think about it too much. It was like 15 to 20 minutes between games, but just because of stupid connection issues. So yeah. But I decided I just want to go with the same 4. Try not to think about it too much. So they decide to leave Slowbro and Corviknight this time, and I'm like, okay. So I absolutely cannot Terra Hariyama this time. I need my Terra on Clarissa. So I'm just going to make sure that HAPPINY can do its thing. Maybe get some chip here and there. I don't even remember what I go for, so... Oh, I just go straight into Clarissa, that's alright. I go straight into Clarissa because I'm like, okay, before this Corviknight becomes an issue, like, they saw I was, like, a physically setting up mom, maybe they just want to Iron Defense now and just try and get things done with it, and I'm like, I cannot have that happen. So, they go for Brave Bird, and they crit my Hariyama turn 1. So that sucks. I'm like, that's infuriating. There's no way that doesn't kill without a crit. So Hariyama goes down turn 1 as they set up Trick Room. I'm like, this sucks. So Clarissa is gonna have to carry us for this one. But thankfully it has the ability to do so. But for this Helping Hand's Terra Electric Terror Blast into the Slowbro, because I didn't know what the I didn't know if like what the Corv was gonna do. I didn't see well, I did see Projectile Slowbro last. I don't know why I went for Slowbro. I guess it's because no, I have no idea why I went for Slowbro. I'll be honest. Well, they bring in King Gambit now. Did I bring in? Why did I go for Slowbro? Why did I not go for the Corv? I don't know. But yeah, I guess I wasn't confident that I would be able to take out the Corv in one, so they bring in King Gambit. I'm just gonna go for another Helping Hand. Not Terror Blast here though. They're gonna Sucker Punch me, and I'm just going for the Aura Sphere into this King Gambit. Try and take this thing out. So that leaves just the Zard and the Cornerstone here. Not Cornerstone. The Corviknight. So I'm like, okay. I know I resist. I know I resist the Brave Bird, so I should be fine to try and take this thing out. I go for a Thunder Wave here, trying to paralyze my own Chloritzer. Now, you might be thinking, are you stupid? Yes. You might think I was being, this was because I was at a pub, I was drunk. Tipsy, yes, but there was actually a reason for it. I was like, okay, so the Corviknight's gonna be faster than me. What if I paralyze my own Chloritzer to underspeed it and try and do as much damage to this Corviknight as possible? I just completely forgot the fact that electric types can't be paralyzed. So that's what I was on about before with Hariyama. I was like, oh wait, if I actually ran Guts, I could run Guts Hariyama with paralyzing it myself and making it slow in Trick Room. But I just didn't think about that. But if it came up here where I was like, I can paralyze my own Chloritzer. But it's an electric type, so it can't get paralyzed. So they just go for a Brave Bird into the Happiny though, because they know it won't take it out. They know Brave Bird won't take it out, and Terror Blast just gets to KO the Corviknight, which means I'm a happy boy, because that leaves me with one turn of Trick Room, but I've got Sturdy on my Ogerpon here, so I know I cannot die in one hit. So I just get to go for a nice Helping Hand, Ivy Cudgel. The Friend God actually means I don't even go down to Sturdy, and I get to take that thing out, winning the set 2-0. So a little bit sloppy, but we got the job done, and Happiny actually did something, which I'm really, really happy about. So had to rely on some Ogerpon cleanup, but that's what Ogerpon does. It's amazing. So yeah, GG's to Valence, of course. Sorry for all the awkward scheduling stuff. Again, time zones are a pain, and trying to play this at a pub was also kind of pain. But at the end of the day, we got the job done and win the week 2-0, which now puts us 2-0. So let's see if we can keep this momentum up. We need 5 wins to guarantee playoffs, and we're already just under halfway there, 2 weeks in, which is really, really nice. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.